Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about Shadowhunters Season 1, Episode 1, The Mortal Cup. This is a show that came out back in 2016, and when I first got my tablet and I started watching things on apps, this was one of the first shows I watched, and I was mesmerized by this show. And I really fell in love with this show with the first episode. It gave me that Buffy charm fix that I was missing for many years after those shows got canceled back in the day. And, you know, it deals with a bunch of shadow hunters who are like these angel-like people who fight demons and stuff. There are warlocks and vampires and werewolves, and it's a very, very cool fantasy show. Now, the first season is slightly rough, only because they were trying to get their footing. Because they was like, didn't have the biggest budget for a lot of stuff. Some of the magic and some of the CGI doesn't look that great in season 1. It gets better by season 2 and most definitely in season 3. Season 3 is by far the best the entire show was. It was better storytelling, better effects, better choreography with the fighting, just better everything. And so a lot of things look a lot different in season 1 than they will in season 2. In season 1, the swords they use are the ones from the actual movie. The Mortal Cup, or the Mortal Instrument. I hate that movie. I could not get into that movie. I stopped watching that movie and I never finished it. I was all like, man, the show was so much better than the movie. And so, you know, so they're using the movie swords, and the movie swords are like, the blades look like plastic, they glow, and they retract. But the swords look so much better in season 2 and 3. My God, those are swords. Now, these other things I can't pronounce, they're kind of like a magic wand slash stylus and everything, is what draw the wounds on the tattoos on their body. I don't know if those are the same ones that keep throughout the entire series or the ones from the movie as well, but they look all right, better than the swords. And so, like, also the outfits have changed from like this season, from the other seasons. They look more like the movies. They're just like very tight, but they look so much better in the other seasons. And so, trying to think. These are based off of a series of books, and the show pretty much, you know, it adapts the books pretty perfectly and everything, but there are a lot of books. And even though the show's been canceled for 5 years, you still have fans online talking about renew the show, bring it back. But they only want it back for this one couple. I get it. You like this couple, but that couple isn't the entire show. And I'm constantly seeing this on my Twitter feeds talking about renew this show and bring it back. I'm just like, it's over with, people. It's over with. The girl who plays Clary, she is now on Walker Resurgence, or wherever it's called. Oh, no, Walker Independence, or wherever it's called on the CW. And, you know, the cast have moved on. Now, I will say this. When you watch this show, it feels a little like a CW show. It has like a hot cast. It has like a very, very drama-filled show, storytelling-wise and everything. There's romance. I can't talk romance. There's diversity. There's little action, but when there is action, it's great. It really feels like a CW show, but it's not. It's actually a freeform show. And you can actually watch this on Hulu and pay, or you can watch it completely free on a freeform app. Only problem with that is you have 6 commercial ads. So every time there's an ad, and there's a couple of ad breaks, about 3 ad breaks, a total of 6 commercials. And they take forever to get through. And so with this episode, it starts off very cool. It's like there's a man, he's walking around, and when he bumps into people, he takes the appearance of other people. He is a shape-shifting demon, and there are 3 people after him, spying on him. And nobody else can see these people. They have a glamour spell so they can go invisible. And the people are like jumping the roofs, they're jumping really high in the air. These three people is very mysterious, and I love it. And one of them is extremely hot. Izzy. She's wearing like a platinum blonde wig on her head. Basically, when she fights her demons, she likes to dress sexy. And so, like, when you see all this jumping around and climbing roofs and all this other stuff, it's really only in season 1. They kind of stopped that in the other season, which kind of sucks. But with the music playing, the mysterious vibe you're getting, and the song is called Monsters or something like that, it's really cool. That's when I was starting to like vibe it. I'm like, yeah, man, this is kind of cool. Like, what am I watching? And so then Jace, he is one of the shadow hunters, and he has blonde hair. And he's one of the type of people who's very cocky into himself and grumpy. He bumps into a redheaded girl named Clary. And when she bumps into him, she can see him. He's all like, how are you able to see me and everything? Because he has a glamour spell. She's not supposed to see him. So that means that she is either a demon, a warlock, or some kind of underling, but most likely a shadow hunter. And so it cuts from that and it goes back in time to see a couple of flashbacks and stuff. And so, like, with Clary and everything, we see her at, like, applying for an art school. She's 17, about to turn 18. And so, like, they see some of her drawings, and she draws some demons. And she's all like, oh, there's something that came up for, like, a graphic novel with a friend and everything. But little did she know that those demons she's drawing are actually real demons that she's seen in her head, because she is linked to that of the fantasy world and everything. But she has no idea. And so, like, it's her birthday and everything. And the reason why, like, you know, she doesn't know about her past is because we get another flashback when she's a little girl. And she sees a frog in the pond, and she's with her mom. And there's a lady on, like, the bench talking to her mom. And all of a sudden, the frog turns into a giant monster. Her mom glamours herself, and she kills the monster with her glowing sword. And then she takes Clary to a warlock named Magnus. And she forces him to erase all of Clary's memories and everything of that monster she saw. He doesn't want to do it, talking about you're hiding who she is and everything, but the mom doesn't care. And so he does it. Now, Madness in season 1, when he uses his powers, his eyes glow yellow, but after that, it doesn't do it no more. Basically, season 1 is like a template. And so, like, so now her daughter has no memory or whatever, like, this magical world is and stuff. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is, like, in the present day, when these two men in black who are part of the circle, who are also shadow hunters, they go to get Clary, well, no, they go to get the Clary's mom. And I forget the mom's name, but, like, she tells her, you know, she made a mistake in the past. She pissed off somebody, and now that somebody's after her in the mortal cup. And Clary has no idea what the mortal cup is, but basically it's a gold cup, like a chalice. So with the help of her female warlock friend, they create a portal, and Clary goes through it. And she goes to a man named Luke. Now, Luke is a cop, and he's investigating a murder of a dead woman earlier in the episode. Now, Luke is technically a werewolf, but we don't know that yet. And so, like, he has ties to that of Clary's mom. I think he might be dating her or married to her. I'm not sure what. But Clary overhears him talking to some people. And these people are part of, like, the fantasy world. And he's acting like he doesn't care about Clary. He doesn't care about Clary's mom. And he's happy that, you know, he doesn't even care if they live or not. She always hears this, and she is upset because she's freaking out because she has no idea, like, you know, all this crazy stuff that's going on. She has seen demons and people with swords fight these demons, and when they kill the demons, they turn into, like, sparks and everything and ash. And so she has, like, no idea what's going on. Now, earlier, when she got accepted into the art school, she was talking to her friend Simon with the glasses. He is, like, her best friend, and he's in love with her. And she's really bonded to him, but I don't know if she crushes on him or not. And so, like, At some point, it goes back to the beginning of the episode when she bumps into that dude. And so he goes to like a club, and she tells Simon and them that rude dude just bumped into me and blah blah blah. They're like, who you talking about? So they can't see him. So she's all like, oh, I'm gonna investigate this. So she sneaks into the club at 17 years old. And so while she's there, some crazy stuff is going on. See, the trio was there to infiltrate a demon that's been stealing mundane blood. What is a mundane? A mundane is like a muggle in the Harry Potter world. It's us, a non-magical human. And so they use the term mundane. And so for whatever reason, this demon is smuggling human blood to give to these two men in suits dressed in black. And they are part of the circle. They are shadowhunters working for a man named Valentine. And he is the evil bad guy of the entire series and stuff. And so, like, the trio, they infiltrated. They make Izzy do like a sexy dance to distract them. And then they, Clary sees Jace about to stab one of, like, you know, the people in the circle. She doesn't know what's going on, and she interrupts it, and it's a huge fight. And it's an awesome fight too. They're just slashing and gashing. And so when she picks up the sword, it starts to glow, which makes him now think she's the shadow hunter. And so, like, Alex is the brother of Izzy, and he is there helping them fight. And so later on, she leaves, and when she's at her home, I think she's telling her mom, and her mom's freaking out. So I'm like, oh, I gotta get you out of here now. Because, you know, because Clary is starting to remember things, and her mom doesn't like that. So her mom tells her, hey, you know, I screwed up, and you're kind of like magical, and this person will protect you. So Clary is just a freaking out. And, you know, I really love, like, the suspense of everything. Like, you know something bad is going to happen. With the two men in black, they show up. They kill the warlock lady and throw her out the window. Then, like, Clary's mom is, like, fighting the warlock dudes. But, not the warlock dude, but the shadow hunter dudes. Well, the warlock lady gave Clary's mom a potion in case something goes bad. Well, it goes bad. She drinks the potion, and now she's in a magical coma. They take her back to Valentine. He is pissed, and he's all like, did you find the mortal cup? They're like, no. So he's getting ready to kill one, but he's all like, well, maybe her daughter knows and everything. This intrigues Valentine and everything. And he wants the daughter, he wants Clary and everything. And there's a reason for that. And so, like, at some point when Jace was fighting like one of the demons, or no, one of the men in black, he tells him, tell my father I said hello. But we don't know who his father is. You'll know later on when you watch it. And so, like, Clary, after being upset with the whole Luke thing, she goes back to her home. And so the warlock lady is there. And the warlock lady, she's acting weird. She's all like, did you find it? Did you find the cup? Where's the cup? Where'd your mom give it to you? It turns out to be a demon, and it transformed. It's a great transformation too. So it's trying to kill her and everything. This is when Jace shows up and stabs in the back, talking about, tell my father I said hello. But it scratched or bit Clary. So he takes her back to a place called the Institute. The Institute is a very high-tech place in a church. It's where all the shadow hunters gather, and they start like going on their, like, you know, missions and stuff. Alex does not want Clary there. He's all like, she's the mundane, why you keep looking at her like this and all this other stuff. He's all like, nah, dude, she's one of us. There's a reason why he's super jealous. And it takes a while to in the season to find out why. So basically, when she awakens, like, Alex like tells her all the stuff and everything. He puts like a rune on like her shoulder blade. That's basically like a tattoo, and it's supposed to heal her. Now, in season 1, they're different. They're more like burnt on scar-like things, and they're red. I think they turn black in the other seasons and stuff. And I can't really remember. So Simon's calling her. He's all like, I tracked your phone. Do people really still do that now? And he's all like, you're at a church, but like, it can't be. So she comes out with Jace, and like, she's talking to Jace, but Simon can't see Jace, and so Simon thinks she's like on drugs. Then all of a sudden, a rogue shadow hunter from the circle comes out and tries to kill Clary, but Jace kills him. And when he kills him, Simon's able to see the dead body now. And she makes Jace like appear to like Simon. So, she don't think that Simon thinks she's nuts. It's a very interesting, very intriguing show. And, it only gets better from there. It's a lot of stuff that happens with Simon, Izzy, Jace, Alec, and Clary. And, it is like very drama filled, very good written and stuff. There are times it gets kind of like boring at times because they talk way too much. Like they talk a lot in this show. But when they do have action, oh, it's always great. Like Izzy, she has this weapon, a snake. It's like a snake silver bracelet. And when she takes it off, she can use it as a whip. She can use it as a bow staff. It's like so awesome. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.